Understood their needs. He knew how to organize people.
Now we were going beyond high school walkouts. Now we're really going to take on the system here.
We fielded 16 candidates in 3 counties and won 15. School boards and city council.
The elections in April of 1970 saw an unprecedented victory for Chicanos. Gutierrez was elected county judge, and La Raza Unida now controlled not only the school board, but city and county government as well.
Before you knew it, we had Chicano teachers and principals and superintendents. I mean, this was just incredible. You know, you walked into the county courthouse and you would smell chorizo. And we'd be speaking in Spanish in the courtroom, you know, and tell the Anglo lawyer, you need an interpreter.
And of course, the Anglo-Texans are besides themselves. They're thinking that this is a real revolution, except that all that's happening is that Mexican Americans are exercising their political will.
La Raza Unida would grow into a national party, running candidates from California to Michigan, as Chicanos began flexing their political muscle. And in the largest demonstration of Chicano solidarity ever seen in the U.S., on the morning of August 29, 1970, over 30,000 took to the streets of East Los Angeles, demanding an end to the war in Vietnam.
The war was really becoming such a heavy presence in our lives that no one could ignore it. At that time, we were about 6% of the population in the country and 20% of the casualties in Vietnam.
As I recall, there were miles of people marching down Whittier Boulevard, and we had this great celebration.
Marchers, including their families, gathered to enjoy speeches, dancing, and music. But authorities were on edge. Anti-war demonstrations across the country had often turned violent. And when police were summoned to a local liquor store after the alleged theft of a six-pack, the nearly all-Anglo Sheriff's Department arrived in riot gear, prepared to break up the demonstration.
And then tear gas was being thrown at us. And then people started running in all directions. And then I saw the police rushing at us, knocking people down. And then people were picking up the tear gas and throwing it back at them. And we didn't know what was going on or why it happened. I saw a policeman coming up behind a young woman and with a baton, hitting her in the back of the neck and watching her drop like a rag doll. No one was ever held accountable for that.
3 people were killed that afternoon, including Ruben Salazar, a reporter for the Los Angeles Times, who had often been critical of law enforcement in the Mexican community. Salazar was one of the few Latinos in the country who worked in the mainstream press.